I love Nintendo. Growing up, I was obsessed with everything Nintendo. Like Mario was my drip for real. Like, dude, look at these pictures. Hold up. Look at them. You can't tell me that's not the toughest hoodie you ever seen. But I had a lot of core memories attached to the brand. Like, I remember being 5, my dad taking me to Best Buy to give me the Wii as my first console. It was the summer before 5th grade. I saved up all my money just so I can buy a 2DS. You know, the little things like that, like getting the Switch for Christmas, its launch year. You know, other things like that. So I got a lot of attachments to the brand. But, you know, when the Switch 2 was announced, it just didn't feel the same. Like, the hype simply wasn't there like previous times. And I'm not the only one who felt that way.
Play against the Switch 2, and ultimately lead me to the conclusion that I can only in good faith recommend this console to a very small number of people, a very specific group of people, and definitely I cannot recommend it to most people.
Give you a little bit more reason onto why I'm not exactly that hyped for it this time around. Essentially, it's because it feels like it's just an upgraded Switch. It doesn't feel like a new generation.
With this launch announcement, it came with a lot of controversy, I'd say. One being like the price tag of the games, like Mario Kart being like $80, dude. People are expecting like prices to go up, but not Nintendo Mario Kart, dude. What? And then, you know, the console itself not being too innovative. Like, it just looks like the Switch, but like an updated Switch, like everybody's been saying. Demos, you have to pay to play the tech demo. Just loads of controversy since the announcement. And with, like, you know, Switch 2 is like rolling around the corner, I had to think fast and document everything. So will this end up being another Wii U situation, or will it surpass the Switch? We'll find out. So my investigation started on June 4th, the night of the Nintendo Switch 2's release. I kind of forgot it was coming out, to be honest. I didn't realize until I was scrolling on Instagram at work, and then I saw Dashi posting a midnight release video on his story. I was like, oh, that comes out tonight. So I was like out of ideas, out of plans. I was like trying to think of something, trying to get the bellboys to come with me. Nobody responded. I tried to get my group chat to come with me, shoot a video. They laughed at me. So I was like, I'll solo dolo this, dude. I went to GameStop for the midnight release of the Switch 2 to see the people's reactions and to see how they were feeling on the new console. So this is how it went. Alright, it's June 4th, 9:42 p.m. The Nintendo Switch 2 drops in about 3 hours. So yeah, I just got off of work. I'm about to go hit up GameStop, because apparently they're doing the midnight releases, so I'm gonna go check them out, and, you know, maybe document, see what's going on, see if there's a line, maybe see if people like pre-ordered, see what's going on. I don't know. I'm not gonna cop none, you know. I'm just gonna document the process, see what's going on with the Nintendo Switch 2, how it's doing, and let's get into it. Alright, so we're at the GameStop right now, and about to go out and just, like, I don't know, talk to some people, maybe ask some questions, film around it. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Who am I here with today?
Hey, I'm Chess Cornelli.
Alright, so you excited about the Switch 2?
Yeah.
Well, what games are you excited for?
I'm excited for Mario Kart World, and I'm excited for all the new, like, upgrades for, like, Tears of the Kingdom and stuff, because they're going to be, like, better quality, smoother, you know.
Alright. What are your opinions on the prices?
I don't think they should have raised it. I think $60 was a pretty good sweet spot. I don't think like 80 and 70, I don't think those were good. That wasn't a good idea.
I agree with you.
It's gonna definitely slow me down from buying like a lot of games at once, you know?
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
agree.
like, oh, I'm gonna buy 2 games instead of 4. I'm Zion from the Cornell crew.
All right. You excited about the Switch 2?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Are you excited for any games in particular?
Definitely Mario Kart World.
You see, it's like open world and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a cool concept.
Yeah, and how you can drive to a different course.
So who am I here with today?
Hey, I'm Brett Carnelli with the Carnelli crew.
All right, nice. So you're here for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Absolutely, I am.
So I'm assuming you're paying for it.
Yes, I am.
So what are your opinions on like the prices and everything? The $80 raise for games.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for a handheld, slash console, they're definitely high end. I mean, they're not ashamed of it. Let's put it that way. They're quite proud of that console, and so I'm not super excited to pay $500 for a console, but at the same time, I think PlayStation, Xbox, they've definitely elevated kind of the norm, the median price for gaming. So
Definitely.
The games themselves, I think they're gonna have to come down.
Definitely.
It's not gonna last. There's no way you can demand $80, $70 for games that the average playing age is between like 9 and 15 or something like that. It's just not sustainable. So the Maddens and some of these games that we've longed for on Nintendo that they're gonna give us. I think they can charge a premium for those, but for the classics, come on, Nintendo, like, be gracious.
Who am I here with today?
Andrew Smith.
All right, nice to meet you, Andrew. So we're here for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
So you excited for it?
Yes.
Any games in Pacific like that you?
Mostly Mario Kart, but Metroid Prime 4 is looking up to be good, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, probably.
Sounds like some good games. What are your opinions on like the price tags and everything?
I think it's not very affordable for most people.
Yeah.
I think $70 is a lot for a game, but hiking it up to $80 is also very much.
Yeah.
A little too much, if I could say so.
My name is Emmett Murphy.
All right. So you're here for the Nintendo Switch 2, right?
I am.
What are your thoughts?
I'm just really excited for like the Joy-Con mechanics. I think those are gonna be fun, and especially the new Mario Kart. That's probably what I'm most excited for.
I forgot about the new Joy-Cons. Are they like magnetic?
They are. They snap onto the Switch.
Do you think it'll be better than like just the original Joy-Cons?
I think so. Well, I've heard that they added the functionality just to like of a mouse as well.
Really?
Mouse cursor, and I just think it's gonna be fun.
What are your thoughts on the face thing? The camera?
Oh, I think the camera's gonna be very interesting to see just how it goes, especially with all the like voice chat stuff.
Yeah, I did see
I
that.
bet that'll be fun.
Like, last question, what are your thoughts on the prices?
It's definitely pricey, especially for a new console. Not my favorite, big shot in the wallet, but I'm gonna hope that it's worth it, especially with how long it's gonna last.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that it all turns out well.
Who am I here with today?
Scott.
Sky, nice to meet you. So you're here for the Switch 2.
Yep.
So I heard you saying earlier you have over like 400 Switch 1 games?
Yeah, I have like 400 physical Switch 1 games and over 100 digital Switch games.
Wow. So that's commitment.
I mean, I kind of do that with all of the consoles.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people that gets kind of everything. So I've got tons of games. I've got over 1,000 Xbox games.
Wow.
I've got probably 800 something PlayStation and all that kind of
So
stuff.
you got a crazy collection.
I do.
So what's what you're most excited about for the Switch 2?
I'm really looking forward to replaying Tears of the Kingdom with all of the update stuff. Better frame rate, all that kind of stuff.
So last question. Everybody's been talking about this online, the prices for the games.
So, The game pricing, I mean, it's probably was going to happen eventually. I
Yeah.
really think that GTA 6 is going to push everything a little higher when
Most
that comes
definitely.
out next year. But yeah, I figured that this was going to happen anyway, and I did set some money aside about a year ago for this.
So you're prepared.
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
I ended up leaving the release early, but I had a great time talking to all the people there. I met some fellow YouTubers, the staff was really nice. They brought out free food, did lots of activities, just for the community. It was nice. So shout out to the GameStop in Sevierville. A lot of these people had great points and helped me open my mind to the Switch and see what it had to offer. But this was just a release night. Tomorrow the whole world will see what it has to show. The next day was Thursday, June 5th. I was out in K-Town for a little bit doing some shopping in the mall when I decided it's like maybe I'll do a little investigating here. So first place I hit was CM Games in West Town Mall. I was checking out, see what all they got in stock. They got a good variety of all old video game systems, some old games, some newer games. They got it all. I was checking out their Pokemon collection too. Tell me why a pack was $34, dude. So I went through there, asked some questions. The guy at the counter said he had no idea about the Switch 2 because they don't get any new systems in. Everything is trade-in, so bit of a dead end there. I did pick up Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. Wow, picking up a 3DS game for a Nintendo Switch 2 video. I did a little bit of shopping while I was there. Tried on some pants, see what I liked, what I didn't like. I'm gonna throw in a little montage here. I'm gonna pretend I know what's going on. It's like, oh, look at those pants. Oh, look at those pants. Oh, look at that fit. Oh, tough. Alright, but I did go into another GameStop while I was there. But I didn't get to film it because my investigation got cut short. Because I got a phone call from fellow bellboy, Brody Carver. And we had a bellboys meeting. And you may be asking, what was the meeting about? Well... So basically, all we did was go caving. But yeah, something we do often. BBC, Bellboys Cave In. New videos coming soon, perhaps. But yeah. So before we did all that, I went to that GameStop. I took a look around. They didn't have any decorations up for the Switch 2, which I thought was odd. But it was pretty busy. Midday, people were coming in, still buying the Switch 2, picking it up. I saw for the first time the Switch 2 in person. I saw someone buy it and then walk out with it. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then after we did our whole caving situation, I washed off, went to another GameStop on the way home. That's where I finally got to see some of the Switch 2 stuff in person for the first time, like the games and some of the accessories. I got to speak with one of the employees as well. Was it crazy last time with Switch 2?
We had a pretty lined up and we started at 3 o'clock, so it kind of got people through earlier and stuff like that, so it was pretty good.
I was just wanting to ask, I guess it came out yesterday, so there's a lot of hype around it.
Technically today was the release day, we
Yeah.
had midnight release last night, so we just picked it up last night.
I went to one in Sevierville last night.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, so I just want to know how it's like here. That's good.
I really suck at social interactions, so that footage kind of just sucked, but I just put it there anyway. But yeah, I looked at a few more games, and I just concluded my research for the day there. And yeah, it's pretty much, I'd say it was a successful first day. Interesting. He did say the Switch Lite is a superior option too. Friday morning, I was in my reactor bag and decided to watch a couple reviews on the Switch 2 to further my investigation on it. Since it's been a day, every notable person was dropping their reviews on it, so it was the only thing next to do. So here are some highlights of my reaction on my Twitch stream and on my Kaisenat, on my Amdante, on my Platboy.
In terms of the UI and navigating around the console, it is basically the same as we've had before. Yes, it looks cleaner and sharper now, but on the whole, it is the same menus and UI that we're used to. That's not a bad thing if you liked the simple layout, but it would have been great to have seen a whole new UI amid.
Yeah, I would have loved to see something innovative, because it's essentially same layout as the Switch. Let's go back to the Wii U, the Wii Oh my god, I'm so tired. Let's go back to the Wii era, the Wii U era, when there's like personalities behind the screen. It's not just blank screen, game title, whatever. I miss the personality when consoles use that personality behind them. Now everything's so minimalistic.
Now this plugs into the top USB-C
Alright,
port,
this is like what everybody's been talking about.
and you'll be able to use it for video chats, game chats, and other in-game features. Now at the time of
I would
making this,
love
I
to see
didn't
how
have any
this,
friends I
like,
could test the
works
camera
out.
out with via the video calls. So here is a quick demo of how it's supposed to work. So this is a brand new feature on the Switch 2 where instead of relying on just your voice or text, you can now screen share, video call, and party chat all while gaming at the same time. Quality-wise, it's okay.
So basically, Discord.
I camped for 50 hours.
Oh,
The
dude.
tablet, like, this is actually, like,
I mean, he went to the he's boys with like C and D. He was boys with Etika back in the day. But that's kind of crazy. Like, I pulled up to GameStop for 20 minutes and I could have bought a Switch right then and there. But he went to the Nintendo store in New York, so I that's very warranted. I guess so, 50 hours. I saw some guy was out there for like 2 months. Right. C and D. How many views does this got? 48K, dude, for the Switch 2. This is what I'm saying. Like, the Switch 2 is nowhere near the hype for the original Switch. Because if you look back, like, I remember being like I remember being like in sixth grade, not even sixth grade, maybe even fifth grade when the original Switch launched, and then he was there for like a week straight, you know. Signed by Reggie, 3 mil. First, he was the first person to get Mario Odyssey, like couple mil, 1 mil, 28 days for the original Switch.
Is what do I think about it? And honestly, I'm just genuinely not as hyped as I was for the first one.
That's what I've been saying, dude. Like, the hype has not been here at all. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I knew the Switch 2 was coming out in June. I only found out came out 2 days ago because like my sister sent me something about Dashi. Like Dashi was gonna be doing the GameStop launch in like Florida. I was like, there's no way it comes out tonight. And then it came out, so
And I don't think anything will ever top that hype and that time in my life and just that whole experience.
I'll say like it's because the Switch 2 the Switch 2 is just a Switch, but it's an upgrade. It was described to me as like an iPhone. You get a new iPhone every year, like better camera, better screen, whatever. But when I want something like from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch, that was so innovative. Like there's nothing like that. I'll probably do this in the next segment, but there's nothing ever like the Nintendo Switch before the Nintendo Switch. You feel me? And when they did that, it was so innovative. And then now, like, oh, here's your little, iPhone 15 to the iPhone 16 upgrade type shit. But
It was
Great news!
and then I can hear
Now
the ad.
your account.
Right. Overall, everything looks good on it. Everything looks good on it. Um, I have to read some more in-depth reviews, see the sales going on, and yeah.
After watching all those reviews, it made me want to revisit the original Switch. It was such a crazy concept when it originally came out. Like, nobody ever did this before. Just the idea of having a home console and a portable console in one, like, it was one of the most innovative ideas in, like, gaming in years, honestly. And with the release of the original Nintendo Switch, it marked the end of their quote-unquote flop era. You see, the Wii and the DS, some of Nintendo's like hugest consoles ever came out. It was a great time for Nintendo. So when the next console cycle came around, they dropped the Wii U and the 3DS, hoping for it to see the same like success that those consoles had. But it didn't. It was considered like their biggest flops. So some time passes, and next console cycle's coming around, and Nintendo decides to switch it up. Alright, I'll stop. But yeah, so they come out with the Nintendo Switch. Crazy hype behind it. Like, it's nothing like anyone's ever seen before. I remember being like in 5th
grade seeing like the first commercial for the Switch. Like that blew my mind, dude. Like it blew my mind. Like it was so crazy. And I've been wanting one ever since, and then I got one that Christmas. But the Switch 2 isn't blowing my mind, dude. It's just what we had, but it's had a bit better. So, yeah. So the weekend finally rolls around, and it's now Saturday. We got a few gameplays coming out. Dashi uploaded Mario Kart World. You know, just some gameplays, a calm day. We do get our first look in sales and our first look into controversies. So let's get into that. So first we're going to look at the sales, which I'm going to be honest gets kind of confusing. So originally when I looked this up, it said the Switch 2 sold over 3.5 mil in the first day. But now that article's been changed to in its first 4 days, it sold 3.5 mil. Which is still crazy. This is record breaking for Nintendo for like any console ever. And if you look back at the original Switch, it only sold 2 million, almost 3 million in its first month. And if we compare this to like modern consoles, you know, the Xbox Series S, Series X only sold 1.2 to 1.4 million on its launch day, and PS5 only sold 2 million. I say only sold. It sold 2 to 2.5 million on its first day. If we look at it like if the Switch actually sold 3.5 million its first day, it's blowing everybody out the water. Now we move on to the controversy side, which this thing was riddled with controversy from the beginning. Let's say that. But some people have like experience hard freezes in the console, like it locks up or it doesn't even power off. And then we have screen issues, like people saying their screens like not working, the buttons aren't working or anything. There was like this tweet going viral, like because GameStop would staple the receipts to the boxes, and it would like puncture the screen on the Switch 2, making it like just you spent $500 on this new console, now you have a cracked screen. And people are saying they're having Joy-Con issues and just software compatibility, saying it's not compatible with some like original Switch games. This is all I gathered on the day of Saturday. You know, just a calm day. I had to work, so do a little bit of research. But Sunday. So Sunday was a very interesting day, and was even Nintendo's fault. So I just like, it starts off, I woke up in the morning and I went on Instagram Reels. Then while scrolling Reels, I saw this guy talk about this new game called Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And oh my god, this is crazy, dude. Like, there's the Sonic cast in the game, then Hatsune Miku's in there, and then they got people from Persona, and they got like Steve. They got Steve from Minecraft in there. Like, I don't even know if this is real. Hold up. Let me check if this is real quick. This might be like a fake ad, but holy I think, oh my god. Alright, I am back, and it's real. It's on Sonic the Hedgehog's official YouTube channel page. Oh my god, what? I brought in a friend to get her thoughts on the game, so I'll let Shamie take it away from here.
Hello, my name's Shamie, and I've been asked about my opinion on the new Mario Kart game, and also the Sonic one. And I'll be fully honest, if I said that I was knowledgeable on these games, I would be lying. But I am a big Miku fan. I'll be sharing my opinions on these anyway. Now, let's start up with the prices. The new Mario Kart game for the Switch 2, Mario Kart World, is about $80, and the Sonic one, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, is about $70, which is about a $10 difference. Both are still quite expensive, but what is appealing about them? In my opinion, the coolest thing about the new Mario Kart game are the maps. It looks huge. There's like a map and they all have different tracks in different little worlds or islands, and there's so much to do in there. Some of the tracks are even like from other games. They've done that before, but they have a bunch of tracks from all of the different games that they've had throughout the many consoles and different versions. And I think as you go through these said worlds and islands, I'm not actually sure what they're called, you get to unlock the new characters and the new skins, and that seems pretty fun. The one that seems most exciting to me, would probably be the cow and Swoops, the bats. They look so cute, but there are also very cool skins to unlock and a bunch of little guys that seem so fun. like even like the little cactuses and stuff, and I think that's a cool feature. But talking about skins, guess what game also has cool skins? Sonic Racing. Dude, the trailer starting up with Miku as their first non-character? Sick! Being Miku, Hatsune Miku, Queen of the World, the princess? Dude, my goat. Already eye-catching. They didn't stop there. No, they added all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, that was leaked, I think. SpongeBob, Aang from Avatar, Steve from Minecraft and Alex, 2. Ichiban Kasuga from the Yakuza games, and the Joker from Persona 5? Dude, goated lineup. And they also have cool characters from the Sonic games and shows. I love Cream and she's in there, which made me really happy. I love her so much, she's so cute. The maps themselves look really awesome, and they seem to have this cool feature where the track can change mid-game. I think that's like chosen by the last character, or like the last person in the race that's playing. And they also have like tracks from the worlds, obviously from the non-Sonic characters. Mario Kart doesn't have that. It doesn't have that. Overall, though, even though I've grown up with Mario Kart games, and this new one seems quite enjoyable, I think I would rather buy the Sonic Cross Worlds simply because it kind of switches up things for me at least. And it also seems to have a lot more features than the Mario Kart game. I like the animations, I like the maps, I like a lot of things about them, and the Mario Kart seems very cool, but maybe it's just me getting bored from having a lot of Mario Kart games throughout my life. But, yeah. I do have to mention I would not be buying either of these anytime soon because both of their prices are outrageous, but those were my thoughts on the game.
What's even crazier? Xbox decided to announce their own portable console. I haven't looked too deeply into this yet. I am a big Xbox fan, but I haven't looked too deeply into it because I've been doing so much research for this video. I wanted to like save my official reaction for the video. So I'm gonna do my little reaction Twitch streamer bit, and yeah. Off the bat, I'm not really liking this at all. Like just the mold of it. This looks like a Steam Deck, Switch 2 Switch. Then one of my friends said, I reposted this on IG when it first got announced like 2 days ago. She's like, what happened to making portable gaming portable? Like you can't even fit, like, I don't got my DS on me, but you can fit the DS in the back pocket. You can't fit this nowhere. Holidays 2025. Alright, go back. What was this last announcement? So we got base. I guess this is the Series S versus Series X version of it. I really like this concept, but when will I need like my Xbox when I'm not with my I feel like I don't take gaming to that extreme. Like if I want to bring some with me, I just bring, my 2DS. I don't really need my Xbox with me. Like there have been moments like I'm on the Minecraft realm with the boys and like I have to go on a 2-day trip. Should I have brought my Xbox with me? But I do be sometimes like I feel like yeah, but like at the same time it's like I could just bring my Xbox with me. You feel me? Like just throw my Xbox, put on her TV. But I do see what good use this could have. The announcement of these two, like this game and this console, days after the Switch 2 release and the Mario Kart 2 released, I'm gonna give Sonic the benefit of the doubt. I think this has been in the works for a while. But just like it being so close to its release, like I don't think this is a coincidence. I think they did this on purpose to like capitalize on the Switch's success. I do think both concepts are super cool though. especially the Xbox first time being portable, and like Sonic just having like a Smash Bros lineup. I will definitely like want to check these two out in the future. Maybe I'll make another video on this. Who knows? I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. Monday through Wednesday, nothing really happened. No new news came out, so there's nothing really much to film there. So I just had a little bit of writer's block, but I did capture some moments. I went to Walmart and I went to Target. Here, throw up some footage right here. I checked out their supplies. They really didn't have anything besides the games and like, you know, some controllers or whatever. I guess I'll throw up some screenshots here, some memes, and some random tidbits about the Nintendo Switch 2 that I found. Here's a guy who has like 20 Nintendo Switches in his backseat. There's a meme about the Wii U. What is it? Big Justice, Big AJ. Big AJ's got the Nintendo Switch 2 and posted up with it. And GameStop said, boom. Netspend, BAFK, with the Switch 2 and a blunt. I got a tad bit uninspired in the midst of making this video, you know, just like not knowing what direction to go, essentially. And I was out with my girlfriend the other day, and we were just like shopping, and then there was this Mario plush toy, and she pointed it out to me, and she's like, "That's literally you." And like she was talking about the pictures of me as a child in the Mario costume, and then that kind of brought me back. It brought me back a little bit. And then the next day, me and my friends, we went to this old game store in our hometown and just talked about gaming and stuff. And it's brought me to the conclusion of this video, you know. So it's now Thursday. I was kind of looking for like a first week sales, like how you treat a new album, or like you treat like a film's first week sales, but I guess nothing's come up with that. So we just have the 3.5 mil in the first 4 days to go based off of. But I enjoyed the journey, honestly, you know, meeting cool people, you know, talk to people, like having friends to talk about this type of stuff to. And yeah, it's just the little things in life, essentially. I just want to apologize if the video seemed all over the place. You know, if you're here for like a very statistical video, getting all the stats in, I'm sorry it wasn't that. I've been a bit all over the place, but you know, that's just me. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more videos like this in the future, you know, yo, thumbs up. I've never said that in a video before. Thumbs up. Hit that sub button. Comment with your thoughts. You know, if this video becomes very successful, I'll try to get my hands on the Switch 2. I'll try to get my hands on the Switch 2, and then we'll make an update video on that. I guess comment your thoughts on the Switch 2. It's gone kind of crazy, and I'm here for it, I guess. See ya.